There are professionals out there, and they will eat you alive. The narcissist or sociopath. These individuals don't feel the stress that creates the tells. They don't have the cold rock in their stomach because they don't feel guilt. When they lie, their body doesn't leak stress signals because they believe their own lies. They're not just convincing you, they're convincing themselves. To them, the truth is whatever is most useful at that moment. You will look for the neck rub. There won't be one. You will look for the pronoun drop. They'll look you in the eye and say, "I," with the confidence of a messiah. You will feel the cold rock, but you'll ignore it because their performance is flawless. How to spot them? You can't in the moment. You spot them over time. You notice a pattern of chaos left in their wake. You notice that their stories never quite add up if you keep a journal. You notice that everyone who gets close to them ends up confused and broke. The tell isn't in the moment, it's in the wreckage. The pathological liar. Unlike the sociopath, the pathological liar lies for no reason. They'll tell you they had lunch with a celebrity. They'll tell you they're a secret agent. They live in a fantasy world. The lies are unnecessary. You ask them what they had for breakfast and they tell you it was caviar on a yacht. The stories are grandiose, exciting, and always make them the hero. The tragedy is, they often can't distinguish their lies from reality anymore. You're not talking to a person. You're talking to a character they've written. Chapter 8. The truth about yourself. The scariest lie of all. We've spent all this time learning to spot deception in others. But here's the kicker. The person you lie to most is yourself. Think about it. I can stop anytime I want. It's not that bad. They'll change. I'm happy. We build entire cathedrals of self-deception to protect ourselves from painful realities. We tell ourselves we're fine when we're falling apart. We tell ourselves we're in control when we're actually spiraling. We tell ourselves that the person we love still loves us back, even though every sign points to no. The human lie detector's final, most brutal task is to turn the flashlight inward. And, when you do, you'll find a liar far more sophisticated than any you'll ever meet. A liar who knows all your tricks. A liar who's been running the show for years. All right, so let's talk about the tells of self-deception. Defensiveness, when someone gently suggests you might have a problem and you react with rage, that's you defending a lie you tell yourself. Then there's what I call the I know loop. You know you should exercise. You know you should leave that relationship. You know you should call your mother, but you don't. The knowing is a lie you tell yourself to feel productive, even though you haven't actually done anything. And then there's the constant excuse. I don't have time. It's not the right moment. I'll do it tomorrow. These are the mantras of the self-liar. Becoming a human lie detector isn't about winning arguments or catching cheaters. It's about cutting through the noise, and honestly, the noisiest, most persistent, most dangerous noise comes from the voice inside your own head. Chapter 9. The forensic files of everyday life. Case studies in deception. So let's move from theory to practice. You can read about the anatomy of a lie until your eyes bleed, but nothing trains the detector like watching the gears turn in real time. Here are a few case studies pulled from the wild. The names have been changed to protect the guilty and, well, the embarrassed. Case 1. The late-night lobster. The suspect? A partner named Alex. The accusation. Where were you until 2 in the morning? The statement. I told you, babe. Dave got promoted. We went out to celebrate. Ended up at that seafood place downtown. You know the one? With the red awning? I had lobster. It was amazing but expensive as hell. Dave was buying, thank God. My phone died, that's why I didn't text. I'm exhausted. Can we just go to sleep? Right. Let's dissect this corpse. First, note the too much information. You asked a simple question. Where were you? And you got a novel. the seafood place, the red awning, the lobster, Dave buying, the dead phone, the exhaustion plea. This is a verbal smokescreen. They're throwing details at you like glitter, hoping you'll be distracted by the shine and miss the substance. Second, note the defensive detail. My phone died. They introduced that before you even asked. That's a preemptive strike. That's them saying, I know what you're thinking and here's the excuse so you don't have to ask. Third, note the ending plea. Can we just go to sleep? This is the escape hatch. They've delivered their performance, and now they want the curtain to close. They want you to stop asking questions so they can stop building the lie. And then there's the cold rock feeling. You feel a vague unease. Something about the Lobster story feels rehearsed, like they've been running it in their head all the way home. The verdict? This isn't a truth. This is a script. The question is, what are they hiding? An affair? A gambling habit? Or did they just get drunk at a dive bar and eat a hot dog, and the lobster lies seemed classier? The lie is the symptom. The disease is whatever they're actually doing. Case 2, the miracle worker. The suspect here is a colleague named Brenda. The context? Well, a project is behind schedule. So, you ask Brenda, who's responsible for a key deliverable if she's done? She responds, done? It's been done. I sent it to legal for review last week. They're the holdup, as usual. Honestly, if it were up to me, this would have launched already. I've been working weekends on this. Weekends? I don't even get paid for overtime. But that's fine. I'm a team player. The analysis here is to listen for the pronoun shift. The question was about her work, but her answer immediately shifts blame to legal. She's distancing herself from the failure before the failure has even been confirmed. Notice the honestly. She's announcing her honesty, which honestly means she's about to sell you something. Notice the victim narrative. I work weekends. I don't get paid. This is a deflection. She's building a case for why you should feel sorry for her, which, makes you less likely to scrutinize her actual work. The cold rock feeling. You feel like you're being manipulated. You came for a status update, and you're leaving with a guilt trip and a bit of a smear campaign against the legal department. The verdict? The deliverable is not done. It was never sent to legal. Brenda has been procrastinating for 2 weeks, and now she's building a fortress of excuses around herself. The team player line is the tell. People who actually are team players don't need to announce it. Case 3, the forgotten birthday. The suspect this time is a friend named Jamie. The context, it's your birthday, and you haven't heard from Jamie all day. So you text, hey, forgot something today? A passive-aggressive masterpiece, you admit. Jamie replies, OMG, no. I didn't forget. I was just about to text you. I've had the craziest day. My mom called. She's sick. Not COVID, just a cold. And then my car wouldn't start, and work has been insane. I got you something. I just haven't had a chance to wrap it. Happy birthday, love you. So, here's the analysis. First up, the latency. 15 minutes. That's not, just about to text you. That's more like just about to construct a lie that explains why I forgot you. Second, the all-caps denial. OMG, no, I didn't forget. The thing is, the intensity of the denial is pretty much inversely proportional to the truth of the statement. Honestly, a simple, oh shit, I'm so sorry, would have been way more honest. The all caps, that's just panic, plain and simple. Third, the emergency dump. A sick mom, a dead car, an insane workload. This is what I call the everything but the kitchen sink approach. They're just hoping that the sheer volume of emergencies will, overwhelm your skepticism. It's honestly the lie equivalent of hiding a leaf in a forest. And then there's that cold rock feeling. You feel like a detective who just caught a suspect in a lie, and now the suspect is throwing every alibi they can think of at the wall. Now, the verdict: Jamie forgot. Completely. And instead of just owning it like an adult, they've gone and constructed this three-ring circus of excuses. The sad part? If they just said, "Oh God, I'm so sorry, it slipped my mind," you'd have been annoyed for about 5 minutes and then moved on. But now, you're annoyed for a week, and on top of that, you also think Jamie's a liar. Chapter 10. The Art of the Interrogation. How to talk to a liar. Knowing the tells is one thing, but knowing how to actually draw them out is another. This is the point where you stop being a passive observer and become an active participant in the dance of deception. Think of yourself a bit like a dentist. The truth is the tooth, the lie is the cavity. You need to probe gently but firmly, until you hit the nerve. Technique 1. The assumption of guilt. This is honestly a bit of a psychological trick. Instead of asking, "Did you do it?" you ask a question that just assumes they did it. It's a subtle shift, but honestly it's devastating to a liar. For example, the bad question would be, "Did you take the money from my wallet?" That one just invites a simple no. But a good question would be, "How much of the money from my wallet did you spend before you realized it was wrong?" See, this assumes the act. The liar's brain, well, it kind of short-circuits. They want to deny the act, but your question doesn't really give them an entry point. They often stammer or say something like, "I didn't spend any," which, if you think about it, is technically not a denial of taking it. Technique 2. The flattery trap. Liars love to feel smart. They think they're getting away with something, and you can use that. You might say, "You're usually so good at explaining things. Can you walk me through that again? I just want to make sure I understand." This does two things, really. First, it flatters them, which lowers their guard. Second, it asks them to repeat the lie. A truthful person will repeat the story pretty consistently, but a liar, having forgotten the exact details of their previous performance, will change something. The timeline will shift. The color of the car will change. The price will fluctuate. It's the second telling where the lie really starts to unravel. Technique 3. The inverted question. Ask the question backwards. If someone claims they were at a bar, don't ask who was there. Instead ask, who wasn't there that usually is? This forces them to think about the absence of people, which is honestly a much harder detail to fabricate on the spot. A truthful person might say, well, Mike usually comes, but he was out sick. But a liar, there's usually a long pause, and then maybe, I don't know. Everyone, they just haven't built the who wasn't there part of their fictional world. Technique 4. The empathy gambit. This one's for the protective liar, the one who says, "I'm fine," when they're actually drowning. You might say, "You seem a little off today," and that's okay. If something was wrong, I'd want to know, but I also get it if you don't want to talk about it. This removes the pressure. You're not demanding the truth. You're offering a safe space for it. A protective liar might still not open up, but they'll often give a micro-expression of relief or maybe sadness, the mask slipping for just a second. And honestly, that second tells you everything. Chapter 11. The Truth Tellers. A appreciation. Let's end on a high note, because if I leave you in the paranoia trap, you'll spend the rest of your life under your bed, muttering about the tells. For every liar, there is a truth teller. And once your detector is calibrated, you will recognize them with a clarity that is almost spiritual. The signs of a truth teller: consistency. Their story doesn't change. Not because they've memorized it, but because it actually happened. Specificity with simplicity. They give details, but only the relevant ones. They don't bury you in information. They answer the question you asked, not the question they're afraid of. Comfortable eye contact, not the creepy, unblinking stare of a sociopath. but a natural, comfortable connection. They look at you because they're engaging with you, not monitoring your reaction, emotional matching. When they say they're happy, they look happy. When they say they're sorry, their face matches the word. There's no asymmetry, the I don't know factor. A truth teller is comfortable saying I don't know or I don't remember. They don't need to fill every gap with a fabricated answer. They don't fear the silence. When you meet someone like this, it's like drinking cold water on a hot day. It's a relief. You realize how much energy you usually spend, subconsciously, sifting through the lies of others. With a truth teller, you can just rest. You can just be. These people are rare. They are precious. They are the ones who will tell you your haircut looks bad, but they'll do it with love, and you'll thank them for it because at least someone is being real.
If you found this guide empowering, take the next step in strengthening your personal boundaries. Save this video and return to it whenever you need a reminder of your own power. Share it with a friend who could use these strategies. You might be the catalyst for a positive change in their life. Follow and subscribe for more content like this as we continue to explore the tools and mindsets for building an unbreakable character and a life of your own design. Stay sharp, keep focus. You deserve the best.